Hola. Hey. Hey, y'all. I'm a lighter. Check out the moon. Hola. Hi. My name is Nikki, if you don't know me. Or Mama, if you're my kids. My children. I don't like the word kids. Oh my God, it's colder than I thought it was out here. I'm in Iowa. Somewhere. I'm not sure where. Check out the moon. It's very cool. I believe that tonight is a super moon. It's definitely a full moon, but it's a super moon. I haven't refreshed my research on that because I haven't been working. Well, I don't work. It's just my husband who works. But that's working. I haven't had a chance to really catch up with my research. So tonight I'm staying up late and doing that, catching up on my journaling, catching up on reading, catching up on trying to see if there's new things out there that I'm to learn. I fell in love with learning again. And all you have to do to create, like I'm cold, hold on. If you're like in a place where like, what's the word? You don't feel like you're really living, you're existing. If there's any way you can, when you fall in love with something, you kind of forget that, and it's like a refreshment. It's a start over. And so a lot of people think of like, they'll try to start, that's why people try to start new healthy habits like diet, exercise, or self-discipline themselves to new things, because you're trying to it's like you're naturally trying to fall in love with, find a new love to help you be rejuvenated and wanting to, to be like live full, live whole again. And every single human being struggles. I want you to know that nobody has a better life than somebody else, and we're all struggling. It's just some of us are very honest about it, and some of us like to live a lie. Whatever, I don't know. We do the truth here. Hi, hola, I'm Nikki. We do the truth here. This is what I show the truth, and truth is complex. Truth can be complex. Truth can have many layers. And what you thought was the truth, and you find out you thought it was the truth, and you were holding on to so dearly, and because it was your new love. We will evolve and find out later that that's not so much truth or true for you anymore, and then there's higher truths. So whenever I say we do the truth around here, if I say something that doesn't agree with your truth, I'm not calling you stupid. I'm not calling you wrong. I'm telling you that the truth is complex and it has many layers. So I'm just trying to press on to higher truths, because I fell in love with higher truths. And so now I'm like, you ever hear a song on the radio? Or you have a favorite song and you'll just play it over on repeat. It's never enough to just hear it once, and you got to play it over and over and louder and louder. And that's because there's actually like brain chemistry going on that's causing you to like that's like, it's almost like you're getting high off of the feeling in the music. It's brain chemistry, whatever. And so like I do that with learning. And I like to learn new things. I fell in love with learning again. I did that with reading again. I stopped watching TV and I started reading. And I forgot that I loved to read as a little girl. And I love it just as much now as a woman. And there's decades I didn't read. And I was full then too, though. So I don't know. You're on your own journey. I'm on mine. Where did that light come from? Oh yeah. It's reflecting off of I'm in I travel I think it was reflecting off of the chrome of the fender from another light somewhere. I don't know. What was I saying then? Because whatever I was saying was the truth. And that's a symbol and a signal to be like, tune in. No. Confucius says that the world is something along the lines. Look up at the Confucius quote. I'm not a teacher. I'm a hinter. I will drop hints and crumbs, and then you have to decide what's for you and what's not, and what interests you and what you want to know more about, and then you write it down, and you go and you follow that. And that's how that's because that's what I've been. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know. Look at the moon, dude. That's cool. Are you an alchemist? Can you do you very, very much recognize when you go outside, like the breeze picks up through the leaves when you walk by trees? Can you wave your hand over a field and make it, like when you're near it, and make the wheat bend over? Try it. Maybe you can. When there's a candle lit in your house, does the flame seem to dance and grow taller? You can practice these things. Practice telekinesis. Practice telekinesis. I don't know what that was. With like a candle, like I so wanted to stay on point, and I'm going here and going there. I'm gonna go where it's being guided. Okay, now I'm done. Oh yeah, I gotta finish my thought. I'm a little ADHD. ADHD is a spiritual gift. Do not medicate yourself or your children. Stop. People can adjust. It's not that, and you know this if it's not you and it's one of your family members or someone you're in a relationship with, it's not that they are not listening to you, or that they are tuning you out, or that they don't care, or that they're disrespectful. It's not that they're not paying attention. It's that they're paying too close of attention. Do you understand? When someone has ADHD, they can look like they're spaced off and not listening to you at all, but what they are doing is listening to every word you're saying and every movement in the room. It's everything, every single movement, every sound, everything, and then sometimes, and then maybe a flashback, maybe memory, whatever, just something, or whatever, it's just something they're more interested in. That is intriguing the mind. Is going off all at the same time. It's all at the same time. They're not listening. They're listening to. It's not that they're not focusing on what you're trying to say. It's that they're too focused. Try it sometime. Fire off all your brain cells at once. It'll take you places. I really hate when people do that to me. And do not tell them to be still. It's really mean. If you have the ability to do that, that's beautiful. But if someone involuntarily, it's just a very moving, moves, and it's, keep your comments about it to yourself. It's very hurtful for people to try to tell. I hate it when people say, be still, shut the fuck up. How about that? Mind your goddamn business. Ugh. Anyways. So I wanted to, I haven't done this in a really long time. So now I thought I was cold, but now I like it out here. It feels good. So I've been really, I'm a seer. I've been like that since I was born. I was born with, I heard Mike Tyson say this one time, and it's very true for me. As soon as he said it, I was like, oh man, I get that. I was born with great observation. And if you have developed that ability, you know what I'm talking about. Do you ever feel different since you were like a baby? Do you remember being a baby? I remember being a baby. Anybody else? I remember my mom potty training me. I remember my whole life. Somebody else remember their whole life. I didn't know that people didn't. I thought that was everybody. I remember my whole life. Can you pull up flashbacks and memories in your mind and play them like a movie? Because see, this is why I always think people know what I'm talking about. But then I found out, like, I'm like reading stuff on like online and stuff, like people say stuff on like social media sites and just on the internet, and I'll be reading what they're saying, or listening to like TikTok or listening to YouTube, and I realize that people don't. I didn't realize until I was in my 40s that people didn't have that. I had a friend, his name is Micah Dank. Micah's got like a bunch of YouTube. Oh no, he don't have YouTube anymore. Micah's on Rumble. YouTube removed his content. Like, it's like many years worth of work, and they're just like, you're out of here. And your content's gone. Anyways, Micah decodes like stuff. He's got some books on Amazon. He does decodes like astro. He describes like how the Bible is referring to astro. He does astrotheology, like esoteric knowledge, but of comparing the stars and the cosmos to what's in biblical text. Which, you know, I think that's very intelligent. Check out Micah's work. Just because someone shows you something new, it doesn't mean that you can like have to be like heartbroken, like what you hang on to or what you believe is no longer true. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I see your point. I have the ability to see many perspectives. Because I went through a period where I tried to unlearn everything I learned and start over. Because my life was shit. I was very unfulfilled. And so I Googled. And I just had enough one day. I was trying everything. I tried everything. Okay, I did everything. Okay, and nothing. I was still just very unfulfilled. I felt like I wanted to go home, but I was home. So I Googled how to change your life. And it said, Google said the quickest way to change your life is to change your belief concepts. And I was like, bet. So I did, and it was very hard. And when it got hard, I stayed with it, and I was self-disciplined. And I mean, I stayed with it. But you know how hard it is to unbrainwash yourself? It's difficult. But if you are focused and you are determined and you want to see what the truth is, you want to see if you can change your life, change your belief concepts and stick with it. And when it hurts and when you're sad and when it gets hard, you keep going. I worked at it for like 2 years. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And you'll want to hang on to a little bit of the old. You'll want to keep hanging on to something. You're just like, can I just have this? And it's just you against you, you know. But you can't, because you can't if you're gonna. Don't fail yourself in this life. If you give yourself a goal, you do, and you don't I don't care if it takes 10 years and everybody's trying to stop you. You don't give up on it. All right. I don't know. I had a Red Bull before bed. Should I go to bed? I like to drink coffee at night. I just got off the phone with my boys. I got to FaceTime Dylan and Zane. It's my sons. And I'm super, I'm very like energized and happy anyways, unless I'm grumpy. And then I'm whiny and shut off and mean. So I've had a really crazy 2 weeks. It's been intense because of the energies, because of what's happening in the cosmos, because of the celestial cycles, clocks, whatever. It's been very intense. And so I've been an asshole. I have not liked anybody. I have not been doing any of my normal stuff I've been doing. But I was in such a pissy place, and I just gave up. I was like one of those old ladies who just was like, who cares? I don't give a shit. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm like so over everybody. Like, you just feel like done with the bullshit, done with what seems like blocks everywhere you go, and can't win for fucking shit. That feeling, okay, I had that I had a little too long, and I'm normally like real good at bounce back. But I was like, nope, I'm not bouncing back. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing anything anymore. Like, I got really, I'm like, over little things. I was just very easily taken there. and not the one. I was looking for 2 weeks. I mean, it's horrible. I was like, one horrible for me, probably horrible for anybody who had crossed my path and gave me any shit. I don't know what to say. But then, so then I've come out of that. So I was pushed into a place where I wasn't doing anything I normally do to continue the self-discipline, continue the journey, continue what I've created and what I've started, which is a lot of truth, a lot of balance, and a lot of harmony in my life, and wholeness. And so I got pushed in a place that I gave up on everything, and I was like so mad that all I wanted to do was just go in a corner and read a book. I haven't been reading that much because I've had other things intriguing me. And so because of that, I guess it took that to get me to get back to reading. And I'm back to reading, and now that I'm back to reading, I feel so centered again. Just getting into a book, no matter what, starting just reading again, opening a book. I'm like, oh. And I knew it before that I was supposed to be, but I just wasn't doing it. I was being lazy. Wasn't wanting to read. I was wanting to go to do it the easy way, like listen to a video or whatever. But you must do your own research. You must find out for yourself. And I was like, now that I've got my books back, I'm so stubborn. The things I do to try to get myself to where I need to be are like, I could have done a lot easier if I just would have done it. Anyone else? I don't know. I just said a whole lot. I'm very energized. I FaceTime my sons, and Dylan and Zane. They're like we're very close, and I believe that y'all ever think that like we grew up together. That's why we're close. Like they teach me, like a lot of people like always say like, oh, as for me, in my house we will serve the Lord. And I always think, oh, I always think to myself, I hope you're also learning from your children, because your children are here to teach you, not so much you to instruct. You're to guide, but they are also very much here to guide you. So make sure you're listening to even babies. Watch. They're trying to always show you something and teach you something if you just listen with your whole body. Okay. So I'm gonna read some from my book of Plato, and then I'm gonna do some of my cards that I made. I call it oracle reading. You ever research oracle, ORACLE, of Delphi, DELPHI. I very much feel connected to that energy, even though it's weird. I'm a little weird. I love me. It wouldn't trade me for shit. All right, so I'm going to read from Plato. Then I also have, I found this in one of my husband's friend's garages with rain dripping on it. And this in another book. And I was like, can I have those? And he said, yeah, take them. It's the Annual Book of Knowledge, 1968. I also have 1969. Look at them. It's got very cool stuff in here. Okay. I don't know. I want to read, but I'm just do what I said I was going to do. So this is from the Dialogues of Plato. So I'm gonna do Plato. I'm gonna do some cards. Then I'm gonna read a passage. I'm just gonna find something in the table of contents of the Annual Book of Knowledge from 1968. And then I'm gonna go do some journaling on everything that's happening. I believe we're in a second ascension right now. It's a spiritual ascension. And that's what is happening. I believe it started today. Okay. What is today? Does anybody know what today is? I think it's February. Did I say February? Why did I say February? Why did I say February? It's October the 7th, I believe, 2025. Super moon. Full moon. Oh, wait. Do I want to? Yeah, I want to do this. Okay. Crap, it's cold, y'all. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to read from the Dialogues of Plato from the book called The Republic. You need to everyone, every tax-paying American needs, U.S. citizen needs to read the Dialogues of Plato, The Republic. It's very difficult to read. It's a book of like advanced philosophy, but if I can read it, so can you. Okay. Man, it's cold. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from The Republic 7. The Republic 7. There are 10 chapters in The Republic, and I'm going to be reading from 7. 10 is my favorite. Okay, this is talking about, nah, I'm skipping that. I don't want to do that. Change my mind. I was going to read about the cave, which, research, get a pen and paper, pencil and paper when you're listening to my content, because I will go like, and write down what interests you, and if you don't, you'll forget it, because I'm very hyper, and I'll pull your attention away to something else, you know, like not unintentionally. What do I want to do? So write stuff down, like any word that's like, jumps out. Write it down. And then, you know, look it up. See where that takes you. Ah, this is what I'm gonna read that. It's a cool paragraph. It says, this is page 389. It says, I'm going to start down here. And anyone who has common sense will remember that the bewilderments of the eyes are of two kinds and arise from two causes, either from coming out of the light or from going into the light, which is true of the mind's eye, quite as much as the bodily eye. And he who remembers this when he sees anyone whose vision is perplexed and weak will not be too ready to laugh. He will first ask whether that soul of man has come out of the brighter life and is unable to see because he is unaccustomed to the dark, or dazzled by excess of light. Let's analyze it. Okay. So it's talking about if you see a person, bewilderments of the eyes come from two things. From a soul of a man who has come out of a brighter life and is unable to see because he is unaccustomed to the dark, or having turned from darkness. Today, he is dazzled by the excess of light. So, there are two causes of, wow. Anyone who has common sense will remember that the bewilderments of the eyes are of two kinds. From a soul of man who has come out of the brighter life and is unable to see because he is unaccustomed to the dark. This is weird because I have both. I was very much my entire life unaccustomed to the dark. Oh, it's very hard for me to get to the point where I am now. I had to go through a lot of shit because I was loved well. I was protected. I was respected. I didn't know what darkness really was, except for like maybe like hearing what people say goes on in the world. Didn't exist in my, to me, it didn't exist in my life. Even though I suffered, went through tragedies and went through much pain, I never knew really what darkness was, even in that. So I know what that feels like. So the soul of man who has come out of the brighter life, I come from a brighter life, and is unable to see because he is unaccustomed to the dark. Yes, that's very much, I understand that. Or the bewilderment of the eyes can come from having turned from darkness to the day and is dazzled by the excess of light. So like having come from darkness to the day and is dazzled by the excess of light. So like maybe you know how people find religion and then they come from like a darkness or from a dark place, and then they find light, and then it says they are dazzled by the excess of light. I have done that too. I have done that too. And he will count the one happy he will count the one happy in his condition instead of being, and he will pity the other. Oh, he will count one as being happy and pity the other. So, okay. I understand that. Like, he will count one as being happy and pity the other. I remember counted my my life of coming from a brighter life as being happy, and I pitied the other because I thought when I started to enter a dark night of the soul, or being isolated from everyone, to try to, that's what kind of the universe does. You get pushed into a place where you're alone so you can learn and you won't be influenced. No one can say you did this because of me, you learned this because of me, you excelled because of me. No, it can only come from you and you alone. That's why you were so isolated. So you'll pity the other. I did that. I came from a brighter life, and so I pitied the isolation I was in, and now I see that was a great gift. Or people who come from darkness, they'll pity their and have regret and have shame for their path, for the life that they lived before they turned to some type of light or religion or something that turned into a brighter life. Y'all don't do that. I don't care what you did. I don't care who you were. I don't care what piece of shit you were. I don't care how bad it was. Don't do that. Don't say this was bad, now I'm good. It's all brought you to who you are today. See, it's all about experience. Okay. And he will pity the other, or he may have a mind to laugh at the soul which comes from below into the light. I wouldn't. Oh, yeah, I see people like that. There will be more reason in this there will be more reason in this than in the laugh which greets him who retreats from above out of the light into a den. I gotta study that. And he will count the one happy and in his condition and state of being, and he will pity the other. Or he will have a mind to laugh at the soul which comes from below into the light. There will be more reason in this than in the laugh which greets him who returns from above out of the light into the den. That's interesting. But then, if I am right, certain professors of education must be wrong when they say that they can put a knowledge into the soul which was not there before, like sight into blind eyes. They undoubtedly say this, he replied, whereas our argument shows that the power... Turn the page, there I am, in the star again, or your star. There I am, but the sweat pours at your body like the music that you play. Sorry. Whereas our argument shows that the power and capacity of learning exist in the soul already, and that just as the eye was unable to turn from darkness to light without the whole body, so too the instrument of knowledge can only by the movement of the whole soul be turned from the world of becoming into that of being. Be turned from the world of becoming into that of being. That's cool. And of the brightest and best of being, or in other words, of the good. That was cool. I love this book. I love this book. All right. Crap, y'all. I'm cold as shit, man. Oh. Check out that mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna do some cards now. If you're still here, I did this for myself. Oh my god, because I want to know. Sometimes I just do these just for fun or for just because or whatever. And sometimes I do them it's very important. It's very serious. It's very tuned into. And this is one of those videos. So if you stuck around, hi. Man, it's cold. Shit. Oh. It's not that cold. I'm cold because my nervous system is like firing off all over. Because I'm tuned in. It'll be coming off in different things, like your nose will itch real bad, or you'll be singing songs. I just was singing song one day, and sometimes I look a little crazy. Like one eye, I'll be like, no. That's a true seer. Anybody else who looks good, I have to question you. Like, really? It looks like you're looking too official. I don't know. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay. What do I want to ask? You hear the birds? That bird's only chirped when the sun comes up. But, what is this? What is this? What is the supermoon? What is the cycle? What is beginning today? What ended today and what is beginning today? I want to know what the evolvement is bringing us. What messages? What mystic messages? What messages? For those of us in the mystic schools, we are in the mystic schools. Some of us don't recognize that. They just don't. Like I don't know. You call it other things. It is sort of exactly what we're doing. We're in. That's what we're doing. No matter what religion you're following, that's what you're doing. Okay, that's what you're doing. No, I changed my mind. Sorry. Oh. What did I write down today? I wrote down something today. I'm going to ask about that. God, look, when you channel, do you write like I can't, can you read that? Neither can I. High roller creators strategy. That's all I can read. And then it says something with seen is a crowd from something fields. I be channeling messages sometimes from my spirit guides, which are my higher self. All selves of me. They're all me. I just don't, whatever. Can't comprehend it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't read that. I wish I could read that. Oh man, let's see. I'm gonna ask about something I wrote today, but I can't remember what I wrote. But I know it's in here because I just wrote it today. Aha. It is the 7th, October 7th, 2025. I wrote this at 2:33 p.m. Sparked Observations is what I titled it. And it says, I wrote, cynical nature of the sun. Okay, write this down. Write this down. This is your homework. Cynical, C-Y-C. No, I wrote C-Y-C. Cynical is C-Y-N-I-C-A-L. I wrote cyclical. Is it cyclical? It is cyclical. Rewind. What I said the first time was right. I know I should have known that. This is, I had to write it down because it's a new thing for me. I hadn't heard it before. That's why it sparked me. Because I was like, what's that? I don't know what that is. Cyclical, like cycles. Cyclical, bicycle, cycle, cyclical. Cyclical, 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 cyclical. Oh my God. Like Billy Bob Thornton, that's a sickle, but whatever, you won't forget it now. Cyclical nature of the sun. C-Y-C-L-I-C-A-L. Nature of the sun. Write that down. Cyclical nature of the sun. Do your research on that, extensive research on that, because you need to. Because this is what I'm asking. I don't need cards, but I just do that for fun. Right now I'm going to be doing it for, well, I'm not doing it for fun, but I do it because it is fun. But I do it to tune in and have something to talk about. But it looks like I'm not having problems with that. I talked to my boys and and my sons, they're young men. They're not boys, they're young men. But I'm good. Just energized me so much and it fired off all my neurons. You know you got electricity in your brain when your neurons fire off and neurotransmitters are like